At least 21 people have been killed across the central United States, and this as tornadoes and other extreme storms hit several states, including Texas, Arkansas, and Oklahoma.
According to the officials, rescue efforts were ongoing and hundreds of thousands of people were left without power after the storm struck the southern plains region there.
Now, in the latest, an eyewitness captured a tornado churning near Mountain View, Missouri.
The Texas governor signed a decree for 4 counties that frees up money and staff to help people whose homes were damaged or destroyed.
This storm that we are talking about right now is a storm where the tornadic activity traversed about 50 miles. That may not include even further areas around here where there is even more damage being reported.
The twister destroyed homes and a gas station and overturned vehicles on an interstate highway. Tens of thousands of residents were also reported without power across the region.
In Oklahoma, at least 2 people died after a tornado hit the Mesa County. Roads were inaccessible and power lines were also down in the city, which led officials in the town of Claremore to announce the city was shut down due to the damage.
In Arkansas, 8 people have been killed in the storms in the early hours of Sunday. Officials said by evening over 80,000 customers in Arkansas were without power. Arkansas Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders toured Benton County after deadly storms hit the area. And lastly, in Kentucky, at least 1 death was reported due to storms. And as the search teams picked through the wreckage, the Kentucky governor declared a state of emergency, citing multiple reports of wind damage and tornadoes.
And for more on this, our correspondent Susan Tehrani has sent us this report from New York on the climate change that's happening in the United States of America.
Severe weather disrupted Memorial Day travel plans for millions of Americans, with flight delays and ground stops at major airports across the Midwest and here on the East Coast as well. These storms followed a deadly weekend that saw at least 23 people killed. Heavy rain, damaging winds, and hail are still expected for us here on the East Coast as those weather conditions move towards us. And while airlines were prepared for disruptions, still flights were delayed at major airports in LaGuardia and JFK, in and around New York, and others as well. The governors of Kentucky and other states have declared a state of emergency, and President Biden on Monday offered his condolences to those affected and pledged federal support as needed. There's a weather advisory here in New York for the remainder of the evening on Monday. Susan Tehrani reporting from New York for WION World as well.